three immortals here in Valorant at the table.
I was gonna say, not you, me.
Okay.
You're immortal?
You were what?
Is there any?
You
When
since
did you
when?
get immortal?
You were never immortal. Absolutely
There's two
not.
immortals
I was
sitting
one
at
game
this
off.
table.
All right. Funny enough, I was one game.
Me and Brooke are immortal.
Okay,
We're
this is
great.
toxic. Ladies and gentlemen, it is
Let's
a
talk
dark
in the microphone, huh?
and dreary day here in Los Angeles, California. It's cold outside, but it's warm and bubbly in here for many reasons. One, Matt's having stomach issues. Two, we have two great guests today who both have smiles that brighten up the room.
That's so nice.
One is our roommate, Brooke.
Nice.
And the other one is the recently signed to OfflineTV content creator and streamer with over 800,000 followers on Twitch and 350,000 subscribers on YouTube. You also have a great view of Los Angeles from the place you live.
I really do.
And you have a hairless cat, which I'm going to be honest, scares me. Two hairless cats.
First of all,
Well,
they're not hairless.
they're
They're,
not
a little
hairless.
fuzzy. They have some peach fuzz, and
Sorry.
you have to meet. You'll meet them and you'll love them.
They're very nice.
I'm allergic to cats, but maybe
Well,
I won't be allergic to them because
hypoallergenic.
they're...
They're hypoallergenic, and don't listen to Jack. Jack hates cats.
I think all cats are terrorists.
And I love cats. I'm not as
Aw.
sold on hairless. I know they probably have peach fuzz.
But
Because
they're not
I-
hairless cats. They're
They-
really not.
They have.
They're like devil
furry.
rexes.
Yeah.
They're not Sphinx cats.
Oh.
They look very similar though.
Well, all right, so Jack's throwing your cats under the bus.
Yeah.
Don't listen to
Not
Jack
Jack.
at all. He's not allowed to have an opinion on cats. He's never owned a cat.
Oh.
He's never had, like, a cat laying on you when you got a blanket on and he's kneading the dough and you're petting him and he's purring. It's
He's just never had a cat love him. Cats don't like you.
yes.
Oh.
Ooh, I
Oh.
like that a lot better.
It's going to do it for this episode of the CouRage and Nadeshot Show. 2 minutes long. All right, look. I didn't mean to start this episode off with beef, okay? I'm very excited about this episode because, Jody, I think you are a lot of fun to be around. We just were talking in the car about how we've not been able to hang out enough in Los Angeles, and we need to have you guys over to the house more, both you, John, and your roommates, and that whole squad. But welcome. Have you watched an episode of the CouRage and Nadeshot Show before, or no?
Maybe
Because
some clips or something.
yeah, this is.
Get a save.
Yeah.
I've seen some clips.
Does she know about the live snakes?
Oh, yeah. That's going to be coming in at about the
Yeah.
30-minute mark.
Mm-hmm.
I actually really like snakes.
Okay, hairless cats and snakes.
Never mind that.
If it was spiders, I'd be out.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
like snakes.
Thank God.
Anything that has that many legs just doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
can't trust them.
But obviously, you've been up to a lot this year. I think
Yeah.
the most recent that we can all talk to and congratulate you on is the signing to OfflineTV.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure that was a massive
Yeah.
opportunity that you were really, really excited about.
Yeah.
They do some phenomenal things on their end of the world, their end of the internet and within gaming. So it's great to see them expand on the cast of characters that they have already. And it seems like you are going to be a shining light and fresh legs, in a sense, to a group that's been around for quite some time.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
You're so kind. I have been, for sure busy. OTV is definitely busy. And also didn't expect them to ever invite new people to join. So it was a surprise kind of, I guess, on my end. And probably theirs too, I feel like a little bit. But it's been great.
That's okay. Figure it out. You expand, reinvent
Yeah.
yourself in a lot of ways, and that's how content creation goes. I think collaboration, what I've seen in the last 5 years, that has been the most important, I would say adding fire or adding gasoline to the fire with your own career. Collaboration is just unavoidable at this point. So when you find a good group of people to join
Yeah.
forces with, it can only bring forces of good.
I agree. I think collaboration's like,
Yeah, no,
Everything.
it is extremely important. So let me ask you this: how did it go? How did it happen? Did Michael send like a robot into your room
that's
that
how
asked
did
you to
know?
join? I just assume that's how offline TV works. Is that's half his stuff?
How did this happen? I think that Iman messaged me or something, and they're like, "Hey, like, what do you think about OTV?"
Yeah.
And it was almost really casual, and they're like, "Let's just like pick your brain. Like, would you ever join? What do you think about joining?" And then it became a little bit more like, "Well, let's think about a contract, and then what would this really look like?" And that was really it. It felt actually like very not business at all. Like it was really like, hey, like we like you, we're friends with you, we would like to make our content with you. And
Yeah.
as like OTV and Friends has it's been a title for such a long time. They were
Yeah.
like, well, what if, we bring on those friends and now it's like you're just part of the OTV. And yeah, it was I don't know, very casual actually. Way less casual than I thought.
I think that's.
or way more casual.
I mean, that's great. Mentioning that you guys already had such chemistry. I think one thing that we were just saying in the car is how when we did our creator camp for 100 Thieves, like everyone got along so well, all the creators, that all the challenges and the banter just was so easy, and our chemistry on camera was just awesome. So to see OTV expanding like that, it makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
And
So can I?
it was you, Sidian, and who? Sorry.
Masayoshi John.
Oh, John did too. Okay, go ahead.
Masayoshi John.
Masayoshi.
Am I pronouncing that correctly? I'm sort of out the loop with a lot of. That's your boyfriend? Oh, okay, great. I'm so
His name's
sorry.
Sean.
Oh,
I'm learning, and that's what's great about these podcasts is I get to learn so many things. I mean, obviously, I've seen QuarterJade around, and Masayoshi John. And
No, no,
sorry. Masayoshi, John.
Masayoshi. It's not like a.
Tag and then his real name.
Okay.
John.
Shot Matt.
The internet is very very for me to navigate
yeah,
as
don't
I've
worry.
reached my 30s.
Oh, God.
How did you and John meet?
Oh God, we met in streamer camp. Are you familiar? with
Yes,
streamer
I've heard of
camp?
streamer camp.
So the very first streamer camp ever, put on by Leslie and Boxbox, or Foozy and Boxbox. We met at streamer camp. At the time, I didn't really talk to him much, which is funny. Like when it was a group of me and 5 other people, like 5 other up and coming streamers, and I wasn't really collaborating with John much. He was really shy, very quiet at that. I think John didn't really he wasn't comfortable in front of cameras at that time because he had just really started, I guess. I don't know. So I was like, oh, hi, no, nice to meet you. Okay, bye. And I was really talking to everybody else. But then as time went on and me and a lot of other streamer camp individuals started playing games online and stuff, we got to know each other way more. And I was like, oh, and that's really kind of where it went.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, the universe works in mysterious ways, so it sounds like Leslie should be invited to the wedding in some capacity or another. Maybe even a bridesmaid. Who
Maybe
knows?
Flower Girl.
Yeah, flower girl.
She would love that, actually.
maybe
She would actually
maybe
love
she
that.
can actually moderate the wedding.
Sure.
Yeah, she
She'd
should.
sing and do that.
Ooh.
Her voice is insane.
She has a great
Anyone's
voice.
Wedding? Oh.
She could sing at mine and Maddie's wedding one day.
That'd be good.
She has an amazing
She has
singer, so.
such a good voice.
What
What
yeah.
was that thing she was out the other day singing at? Cutie
the
Cinderella's?
The concert
And then
thing.
did
Yeah.
you guys hear on the stream, My Hair is Heller, the Christmas medley?
The Christmas special.
Yes.
I didn't see it, but I
no.
need to go back and watch it.
Wait, I want to play it. It's really good.
Wait, she sang on that?
She sang the intro, but she literally sounds amazing.
So Leslie's an incredible singer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we need to use that to our advantage
You
in a
haven't-
video or
you
two
never heard
here.
her
at 100
sing?
Thieves.
I've never heard Leslie
Okay,
sing.
hold
Oh
on.
my God!
All
You're
right.
literally,
You just
it's
There you
so
go.
good.
You know what's great too is we'll be able to overlay this clip. So you take your time finding that. For me, Leslie has been such a breath of fresh air because she's so competitive in the challenges that we do, and she's also incredible at the challenges we do.
Yep.
So it's like a great combination. No way.
Sorry,
So
is that
good.
too loud?
No.
No,
Stick
no,
it up
it's
to the
fine.
microphone, and then Alex will throw it in the background.
Let's just spend the whole podcast talking about Leslie.
What?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I got shivers the first time I listened to this. But that was her. And then I
Yeah.
knew Wendy's next. And
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of talented singers in
They-
the
Can I
group.
just say,
They have
fuck
s-
Michael Bublé? Like, I'm all in on Leslie.
That-
Fuck Michael
Yes,
Bublé.
100%.
Leslie?
I'm long on Leslie for Christmas carols.
No, I mean,
No, I agree.
that whole group, OTV and Friends, I swear, half of them sing and they have great
Yeah,
voices.
yeah.
We did a talent
The
show.
talent I was gonna say.
Are you talking about the Minecraft talent show?
Yes, we did a Minecraft talent show. And I thought everyone was gonna do something funny because it's in Minecraft. So I recite pi, right? Because I
That was
thought,
impressive, bro.
well, I did it as
Like, you have
a
a Google
joke.
Chrome
I thought it was no.
tab opened up and just cheated.
3.14159265358979323846626433. I know pi, but I did it because of a joke. And then everyone gets up there and starts singing these beautiful songs, and people are like, "I'm gonna cry," and I'm like, "I just recited
You
pi."
should sing pie.
Well, that's not happening for sure. Not doing that. You don't want to hear me sing. That's
Yeah, we're good on that actually. Okay, so you and John met there.
Yeah.
Was your your first date live on a stream like Mason and
Oh.
Brooks or?
Your first date was live on a stream?
never look it up, please. It's so bad. Yes.
I'm gonna look that up. No, not even
Okay,
close. I
okay.
don't even know where my first date was. I know our first real hangout was when I moved to California. Our oh my gosh, are we dating kind of thing. So I don't remember our first
When did-
date.
when
I don't
did you
remember
move?
anything.
I bet John
Yes.
remembers it.
When did you move?
I don't think he does.
John's like,
Like,
absolutely
both
not.
of- Like if you were to ask us our anniversary, it's gonna take us both some time. I don't know.
Well, how long have you guys been dating for?
This is how Maddie would answer too.
2019. I graduated in 2019, so then July of 2000.
Oh, that's really similar to you and Haley.
Yeah.
Wait, that's
yeah.
Mason and my. Wait,
Really?
right?
And Maddie and I were a month later.
'Cause
If
it
I
goes-
forget, I'll just reach out to one of you.
Mine's,
Okay, yeah.
mine's July 26th.
I was August
I
17th.
think.
Please, dear
Oh.
God, let that be right.
Yeah, and then
And mine
then
and Maddie
he's-
said we were boyfriend and girlfriend for the first time at TwitchCon, which was September 2026, 2019.
Yeah, so
She's
ours
not
is,
into
like, in a row.
gaming.
Okay,
but-
I'm really impressed with everyone to remember that. I think if
Yeah.
I was to put I think it's.
It's okay.
July 16th.
You know, I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
John,
He
look
wouldn't
away.
know either. The
Okay.
thing, we're just in it together. It's
Yeah.
Whatever.
And that's all that matters.
Exactly.
I have many more questions that we want to go into, but I would be remiss if I did not show some love to one of our proud sponsors in Cash App. If you
Hell
guys
yeah,
didn't know,
brother.
the show is brought to you by Cash App. If somehow you don't know that this show is brought to you by Cash App, then you should seek medical attention. They've quite literally been our sponsor from the moment we first debuted this show over 2.5 years ago. Cash App allows you to own any piece of any stock with just $1. That's very, very cheap, $1, because typically you have to buy full stocks. But here, no, with just $1. And the great part is when you do that, it's free to use and free of fees. I love free things. If you love free things, then you'll also be really happy to know that if you don't have Cash App, you can get $15 free right now by using the code TwitchTV, a website that I no longer stream on, but gladly promote their code here at the CouRage and Nadeshot Show.
$15.
And for Brooke's teammate in Valorant, who was 13 years old,
That's right.
they can also now download Cash App for anyone over the age of 13 now, or 13 and older, which is brand new, cash.app/13+. Go download Cash App from the App Store and Google Play Store today.
I would just like to say that was
Yeah.
so
Oh,
good.
thank you. We're
Beautiful.
we're
I'm
trained
impressed.
professionals at this
Yeah.
now.
Don't hype him up. He was just reading.
Yeah. Well, that's tough.
So now when did you and John start becoming more in the fold with Offline? And I know that we asked you how it happened, but I'm curious, besides the streamer camp and you guys started talking, it sounds like all of these things evolved in like a very similar timeline. Is it weird for you and him both working in the same industry or in the same entertainment and streaming and content creation, now working with the same group? Is there any time that you guys get frustrated with each other, step on each other's toes, or are you guys completely compatible and don't have to deal with any of the issues that I would have? Like if Haley were like a full-time content creator, we'd probably get in some arguments just because I am very stubborn and I don't know. I personally like the separation of church and state. So I'm curious if that had any whoa, no, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, no, yeah, I know.
Like it's a very common thing in a lot of adult relationships where a lot of people like decide to put down lines in the sand. Like I'm not going to date within the world that I live.
100%. Yeah.
Well, so technically when I had met John, we were both in streamer camp. So like it wasn't even a thought that we would be doing different things. We've always been doing the same thing or pursuing the same thing. And there's always going to be bumps in the road. I don't think that any of our arguments have been really about like any, or like, I don't know, no toes being stepped on. I think the only thing that we struggle with is maintaining a balance because streaming is so consuming.
100%.
So if anything, I think it helps a little because we're both doing the same things and now we're both part of OTV. And so our calendars are kind of aligned in that way. But it's kind of like, dude, you just streamed for 12 hours. Like, hey, what's up? Like, I'd love to chat for a little bit. Kind of thing like that.
Totally get that.
But it's also, I have such a deep understanding of like, a 12-hour stream is a great stream. You're streaming for a long time. You must be having a good stream. Things are going well. So it's like, it's that kind of thing.
100%. That's push and pull. And if one of you or both of you aren't making like a very intentional effort to set time away from work, it can be all consuming. So
Which is
it sounds like
what
you
we're
guys communicate quite a bit about it.
No, it's exactly what we're struggling with. Or I mean, like I've been struggling with that. I've been struggling with like taking that time for myself and not feeling guilty and then like trying to also balance that. Oh, I need time alone, but I also need time for my relationship because streaming is just, I mean, I'm sure you guys know, it's so consuming.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's tough. It's a balancing act. And I mean, as long as you guys are both comfortable with that, then why else would you worry about it?
Maddie and Haley have both experienced that with Matt and I around the new Halo release. And Brooke deals with it with Mason
Don't get me
just
started.
every day.
Don't get me started.
I don't think you've seen him since I was gonna
Do
say
I have a
Cal-
boyfriend?
I was gonna
don't
say
know.
Caldera,
Like
but
literally, no. It's
I don't
been-
know.
Wait, I got a good story about Mason real quick.
Oh,
And
God.
I told this one in the office earlier. Mason was gone for 3 weeks from the house, and he's sort of like a hermit. He'll just stay and stream all day. You don't really see him too often unless you run into him in the kitchen. And so I was sitting in the living room, and like I said, he had been gone for 3 weeks, and he comes into the kitchen, and I purposefully... Normally, when I see him, I make it a big deal. Like, I'm on Mason, you stupid fucking idiot. Like, what you been up to?
Yeah.
This time around, I was super low key. All he does is jump over the gate where we separate the living room from the kitchen so that the dogs don't get out. He just says, yo. And I said, sup. Then he just left. Bro, I was heartbroken. I thought Mason would be like, yo, what's up, man? What have you been up to? Haven't seen you in so
no.
long. He just did.
No,
She's like, no, of course
he'll
not.
come up to me if you don't do that, like, Mason, if you are just like, hey man, what's up? Like something like that. He comes up, he goes, I think Matt's mad at me. He'll come and say that to me. Yes, 100%. And he's like, do you think I did something? He's
Oh
like,
my
if you don't do the like big thing, yeah.
Little do you know you have a second girlfriend.
Do you think
You're dead ass?
I swear, he's like, is Matt mad at me? I'm like,
Oh my God.
what?
All right, well, I got
You guys gotta. You guys
I'm
gotta
definitely
talk
going to go
about
fuck
it.
with
You
him
guys talk
knowing
about
that. All right, well,
Just
we don't want
ignore
to
him.
focus too much on our house.
Putting my chair down. It's rather high.
Yeah, I was like, man,
I'm like,
QuarterJade's
I was
tall.
so
She's 6'4".
I was like, I'm like way higher than everyone else.
So for me, who needs a bit of a history lesson, you're an upcoming streamer. You're at streamer camp, and where did you really get your starter? Where did like the genesis of streaming come from your end? Because a lot of people come into the fold very different ways. So I wonder where the passion for it came from and how you got your start.
Well, really, I was in college. I didn't really understand what Twitch was at the time, but my ex-boyfriend was streaming, and I was like, oh, that's cool. We actually found Twitch at the same time, really. We were at PAX, and we walked by, like, the big purple booth. I was like, what's that? He's like, oh, it's Twitch, a live streaming platform. I was like, oh, that's weird. I don't know what that
Only
means.
weirdos
Like, it was
stream on
just,
Twitch.
I just like, didn't get it. And I was like, I don't know, whatever. But then he started streaming, and I saw his stream. I was like, this is so fun. I was like, because I've played games my whole life, but it's kind of like we all have... it's like you go to school and you tell your friends about this cool pop-up moment, but no one believes you. Like, no, dude, I like 1v5. Like, it was crazy.
Yep.
They're like, sure. But now you have like clips, you can watch it and things like that. So I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. Started streaming. And at the time, I really had made no friends in college. Like, I was just studying and I only had my boyfriend at the time. And I was just lonely. Like, I had no social interactions. I was joining no clubs. I was really just like studying, volunteering, and that was it. And then, yeah, I just was so lonely that talking to people on the internet was amazing. Sharing like the games and being able to just interact with everyone was great. And that was where I think the passion came from at first. And then I realized the impact that I had on the people that were watching my stream, and that was really fulfilling.
Yeah. I could totally see that. What year was that, do you think? Or what games were popular at that time?
I don't even remember my anniversary. Please don't ask me time.
Oh, shit. Putting you through the ringer today.
Okay, let me think. So
Pop quiz.
I started streaming in 2017.
Okay.
So around then.
Wow, that's wild. That was like
Yeah.
the start of 100 Thieves, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're on similar paths.
Sure. You started streaming.
I was gonna say
Except
maybe
you started
not.
streaming what, 9 years earlier?
Okay, well, we don't need to show my age.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
I was like, she said she saw a Twitch booth at PAX. They had a booth then?
Yeah, sheesh.
Yeah.
2017
It was
made more
huge.
sense.
It
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah. PAX, was that PAX South, PAX East, PAX West?
PAX
Okay.
West.
Yeah, PAX East is always fun because normally it's at around the time of the year when it's snowing in Boston. And so
Ooh.
it's like a holiday dream. But I love that. I mean, I totally can understand. I'm sure a lot of people at home would probably relate to that message as well. I mean, college, when you're locked up in studies and you're not doing a lot of things, you sort of get into yourself, like into your own head, and you get into a rut. So it's great that you found something that you found was therapeutic enough to where you
Yeah.
wanted to do it
Oh,
more
yeah.
and showed you a world that you didn't even know
Yeah.
of.
I was definitely in a rut. I was just like, I practically didn't see the sun, it felt like.
Yeah.
So I think streaming, in a sense, really saved me. Yeah, it just ended up really working out.
So you lived in Washington. Did you go to college there as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So you weren't seeing the sun because of Washington.
Partly, yeah. If anyone knows
Quarter
Washington-
Jade vitamin D lamps.
Is that what you get? I guess
Well-
it's vitamin D, yeah. I don't
Well,
know.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
the sun.
That's what happened during like the Cold War. People were like mandated to have
Oh.
vitamin D lamps, and gamers themselves don't get enough vitamin D, and that regulates a lot of serotonin and dopamine
fair.
and depression.
Speaks facts.
Vitamin D lamps for gamers. Let's get it.
I have a funny thing to bring up.
We actually might be doing that.
We have three immortals here in Valorant at the table.
You hit Immortal?
I was gonna
You're
say
crazy.
not you, me.
Okay.
You're immortal?
You were what?
Is there any? Yeah.
You
When
since
did you
when?
get immortal?
You were never immortal. Absolutely
There's two
not.
immortals
I was
sitting
one
at
game
the
off.
table.
All right. Funny enough, I was one
Oh my gosh,
game.
me and Brooke are Immortal?
Okay,
great.
this is toxic. I was one game off of Immortal, and then they put in that rule where you can't queue with more than 2 people.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, so you couldn't get carried.
Excuse me.
I mean,
no.
you said it. I was.
That's very hurtful.
you
And someone else at the table definitely got carried.
First of all, motherfucker. All right. Let me set.
I didn't even say you. I didn't even say you.
All right. Well, then
Joe,
you're.
I could have been talking about Jody.
All right. Well,
it's
we'll
not
both
Jody.
speak our piece real quick. First of all, yes. Was I with a 4-stack, 5-stack from like plat to diamond? Yes. But when I got to diamond 2, I did all of my matches to Immortal solo. And then my first day of Immortal, I went 9-2 in matches. It's my
pretty
first
good.
day, and you can't even queue with other people.
That's pretty good.
Mr. I got carried to fucking Apex Predator.
Oh, that's
looking ass.
some bullshit.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
true.
all right,
Soloed
all right.
all the
Soloed
chaos
on up to
today.
master.
We're playing with nice
Solos-
That ain't
solo-
pred. That ain't pred.
Soloed on
That's
up to
like that's
masters.
solo to diamond or wood to diamond in Valorant.
Okay.
Congratulations on being immortal.
well, she's great.
Me and you
Thank you so
both.
much. Hey, I think everyone carries their weight on a team,
What do you main? Who do you main?
Reyna.
Oh, great. Okay. So you're real good with the Q and the E.
Yeah, except sometimes my nails get stuck in my keys.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Oh my God. That
Yeah,
is
I took mine off, but yeah.
I
they
will
get
not.
stuck
They're
in the
so
keyboard
pretty.
when you're like,
Honestly, it makes some great
That is-
content. I'm like, no.
How
That
many
is a problem I've
moments
never-
have you experienced when you would insta-lock Reyna and then come on with a female voice? I would. Valorant can be very toxic, so I'm curious how much of that you've dealt with.
So I quite literally never install Reyna.
Oh,
I actually am just like, I'm a hovering Reyna.
very
I don't
polite.
know. I feel really bad installing Reyna.
Fuck them kids.
So, yeah, I just don't
Do
also,
it.
'cause, like, I can technically play other agents, but I think I am immortal at Reyna. But everything else, I'm like, the diamond. But I just usually on my main, there's somebody insta-lock. I think they have a sticky note on their monitor or something that they just always get it faster than me. So I just stopped trying, and I don't mind. I'll play like Omen or whoever.
That's a good team player. Hey, you little fuck ass kids need to take some. You guys need to take some notes.
Yeah.
All right.
Jet insta-lockers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're jet insta-locking and you're not top fragging, that is a sign that you should never jet insta-lock again.
True.
true.
I can't believe y'all kids are 16 years old, bottom fragging, insta-locking jet at Diamond. Like, go play Roblox.
And they're always so mean too.
They are.
Oh my God.
They're
I can't
so
even imagine.
mean.
Well, what do you play, Brooke?
Phoenix or Sage.
Oh, okay.
But they're so mean. Like, and
Oh, I
because-
can't
because I'm
imagine.
silver and gold, it's like legitimately 12-year-olds. Like I played with someone that was like Eric 09, and I was like, 09? Like legitimately a kid, and his voice, he was like, "Hey guys, like, can you drop me your Vandal skin or something like that?" Like, it was bad.
I don't mean to sound too dramatic, though, when I say this. I actually think it's incredible with you guys bringing more visibility to women in gaming and women that are actually badass when they play first-person shooters or any game in general, whether it's Minecraft, Roblox, League of Legends, Valorant. The fact that you guys are just like these polarizing figures in gaming and are representing the community so well, I think slowly but surely over time, I don't think it's going to happen in 2 years, 5 years, maybe not even 10, but as these young kids grow up watching individuals like you, the toxic masculinity that we've all experienced, that when I was 15 years old was conveying as well, that will cease to exist one day. At least that's my hope.
Yeah,
I hope so too.
me too.
Holy
Because like
shit.
it's you literally are like, I'll like literally be like, "Hey, I can play Sage or Phoenix." If like everyone's just hovering, they're like, "Shut up, dumb bitch." I'm like, okay, like never mind.
Like Jesus.
And then you just like
God.
go through the list, mute.
I actually I applaud you. I do not use comms. I
because
get fucking terrified. Unless
I like talking to them, but it's just you run into just
It's
awful people.
I get what you're saying too, because some of the best moments are when some of the funny things that do happen, like
yeah,
with
when
randoms.
you get a great team, oh, it's so much fun.
What happens
Yeah.
with random duos, and next thing you know, they just use a word, and you're like,
Like literally, you'll be,
Warzone F9 the whole lobby. That's when you just beat the whole lobby.
Yeah,
It's
because you'll be like really enjoying yourselves, and then they'll say something, and you're like,
yep,
and there
that's
it goes. Yep.
That's it.
And it's done.
And then you got to do the good old,
Yep.
sorry about that, everyone, mute.
Yep.
And then the whole vibe changes for the next 15, 20 minutes
Yeah.
of the stream. It's
Bad.
really annoying how that happens.
So you finished college and you started streaming in 2017.
Yes.
When did it become a reality that this is something that you could do long term? Because that I'm always fascinated because everybody has a different story, different background, and that inflection point where it clicks. I should jump for this. I should leap. I should not ask any questions. I should just go. Did you have that moment of inspiration, or was it something a little bit more drawn out?
I guess a little bit of both. It was kind of like a drawn out and then okay, fuck it, let's go. I had not. So I was gonna go to medical school. I wanted to go to medical school, and so you had to like take your MCAT, and your MCAT's like $500. And at the time, that was a lot of money. I mean, $500 is a lot of money, but especially for a college student, it's a lot of money.
Yep.
And so I was just thinking about like it was becoming that time, and I was really debating, and then I actually ended up not taking it because you're supposed to usually take it on your junior year. And I was like, maybe I'll just like wait it out, see how stream goes, and then if like maybe senior year it's not working out, I'll just take it, hope for the best, go from there. But streaming really picked up, and then I remember talking to my community about it, and they're like, Jody, like, you should just do it. I remember talking to my family about it, and they're like, honestly, Jody, this is an opportunity that you will not come by ever again. And school will always be there. And so that was kind of really what it was. And I always had the idea that, like, if I needed to, I could always go back, take my MCAT, study again, do all that, and that if streaming didn't work out. But I'm really glad I took the opportunity because it did work out.
Go ahead.
No, sorry.
When you went full time into streaming, did your community like completely show an outpouring of support? Like I know so many streamers that when they just decide to go full time and make that announcement, it's like boom.
Crazy.
It's like in regards to the sub support and donation support. Because people are like, I want to make sure that they can financially do this for the long term.
It went really well. It was actually just like so I graduated and then I moved in like 2 months to LA. So it was kind of like there was a lot going on of hype. So people were incredibly supportive. My streams felt really exciting. Yeah. So especially because I liked that there was a differentiation between me and college, and then I moved like to this new place. I'm collaborating with new people because I'm in LA, and it felt very like a new chapter, which brought a lot of hype to the stream. So there was a lot of support.
Fuck yeah. I mean, that's the hardest thing to do. I mean, I will say I think a lot of people fall into the trap of gaming and streaming is something that I am born to do full time. And a lot of people will see creators where they're at today and won't realize what they had to do to get there. And they think, oh, I'm going to quit my job. And then like 6 months later, they're starting like a GoFundMe saying I can't pay my bills and my girlfriend broke up with me because I'm failing. I'm like, yo, listen, man, you got to take your time. I mean, the majority of people that I know that were the early days or like the forefathers of streaming were like balancing college, a full-time job, a family, a wife, and it's just not an easy thing to do. And so having the patience and waiting for the right moment, I think is something that a lot of people need to remember, especially nowadays since there's so many people streaming. Yeah. There's still a world where it can happen, but you got to take your time and you got to make sure that you have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed before you just say, oh, this is what I'm born to do.
Most streamers that you talk to, they'll be like, how'd you get into streaming? And it will never be like, oh, I tried to be a streamer. A lot of people are like, oh, I just kind of like, it happened. Like, I loved it, and then the stream started to grow, and I was like, oh my God, I can do this full time. I feel like at least a lot of my friends have said that. It wasn't like they were actively trying to be full time, but the passion followed, and it was a lot, like, it took a lot of people a lot of years, but
it's definitely a slow build. We just had a pretty big night at our house that I was not allowed to be in the house for.
I wasn't either. I was still there.
You were there.
I quite literally extended my Vegas trip another night. So technically, Brooke, you cost me thousands of dollars.
You're welcome.
By extending my trip because I lost it all gambling. Brooke's girls' night. What a night this was.
Actually, I think my favorite day of the year so far.
Stop. Okay,
that's
big praise.
Clip that.
What?
I loved it.
That is big praise.
It was like such a fulfilling night.
It was.
I feel like it's so hard to get us all together.
It never happens.
Yeah, I want to hear first, Brooke, from your perspective of how did this come to be?
Okay.
Girls' night.
All right. Well, obviously, I signed with Haley. She's my manager now, and Matt has to share her with me now. So, sorry, Matt. But I was just talking to her, and we were like, it'd be cool. I told her like, oh, maybe one of the nights I could get some of the girls to come over, and we could have like a girls' night. I just threw out girls' night. Haley's like, girls' night? I'm like, yeah, like
it's
a
like
girls'
her dream
night.
come true.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, we could just like have some people over, maybe like do like a dinner or something fun. She goes, I can do a girls' night. Like, I can do a girls' night. And then, I mean, this was like months, like planning. Like, we brought it up months ago, and she just is like, well, it'd be cute if we did like goodie bags. And I'm like, yeah, that'd be cute.
the best goodie bag I've ever
And people are walking out with boxes of stuff.
You couldn't carry it all.
Yeah.
So.
No, I mean, she just went above and beyond, and it was just so
Haley
amazing.
went above and beyond.
I know, it's shocking. I know.
Well, listen,
She's the best.
I'm so glad that Brooke's or Girls Night was a success. Obviously, Haley played a role in it, but it's really all your friendships that brought everybody together.
100%, yeah.
And I know how much you actually helped with the event as well. And it seemed like a massive success. So a little bit of context for everybody at home that can understand my pain was that Haley basically told me a week in advance, she's like, you got to be out of the house on Saturday. It's Girls Night. I'm like, oh, that's going to be easy. Like that. I'll go to the bar with the boys. And then I had a friend, a really close friend of mine, staying in town, and we had a big night out the day before. So we just stayed in the theater room and watched basketball, and we're making drinks. But we had everybody outside for a portion of it. You guys did a sound bath with Aloe, and then we're doing a dinner that was set up by one of Haley's friends' companies. It was beautiful, a beautiful venue that we had in the backyard.
Yeah.
But Haley went above and beyond, and she ordered these 3 heat lamps that you see at restaurants. And so I was trying so hard to make them work. I was calling my dad, FaceTime him, I'm like, listen, Dad, I've got like 13 women here that need fire. And this is like, I felt like a caveman. I got to provide the fire. I'm sure one of the women could have figured it out, but I'm like, I'm trying to help Haley. And we couldn't get it right. I went downstairs. I was watching YouTube tutorials, Amazon review tutorials. We could not figure it out. And so I went up there like 3 different times, and I didn't make eye contact with anybody. I literally just had my hood up. I was trying to seem like a producer on like a set.
Producer on a set.
Producer.
And I feel terrible. I'll tell you guys. I'll make this short because it's not about me. But Bean Ann's was there as well, and she just invited me to something that I'm very excited about. I won't talk about it publicly, but she reached out to me, invited Haley and I out, and she had messaged me before a couple months back about some other things as well. And her and I, she was the only person I made eye contact with her, and I didn't recognize her. So I didn't say anything to her. And so I woke up the next day like, wait, that was Bean Ann's? I should have said something. But long story short, we got the fire working.
It worked.
How was the rest of the night?
So much fun.
I had
actually
fun. Amazing. I could not stop coughing to the sound. Oh my! I have this dry cough
heard
that
about
will
this.
not go away, and so sound bath is like you guys know you sit there in silence and you pretty much meditate.
Yeah.
And I was thinking there, I was like, oh my gosh, my cough went away. Wow, thank God. That would be really embarrassing to cough during a sound bath. And then I felt it. I was like, fuck. And I could not stop. And so I was like sitting there like trying to be quiet because everybody's meditating. And I'm like, I'm just. Anyways, it was really embarrassing.
Just gotta let it fly.
I did. And then I heard Tina to my she's like,
I could hear everyone kind of like laugh around. I'm like, okay, don't start laughing. But it was funny because Leslie went live and I clicked on her stream and she was talking about Girls Night and just, showing the box or whatever. And I'm like, what is she doing? She accidentally recorded the whole sound bath and she was playing you coughing on her stream. You can look it up on YouTube. Yeah, she was playing, Leslie was playing you coughing during the sound bath on her.
As if it wasn't already as embarrassing. Okay.
Oh, now it's just machine everywhere.
It was so funny.
What I found so funny was that, they did a good job of basically erasing any memory of Matt and I existing in that house and Mason. Like,
I was like,
completely
boys, who?
curtain blocked the golf simulator.
The golf
There
simulator.
was just
pink curtains.
that was gone. Just removed like any photo evidence, pictures of us.
There was frames of us, and we were like throwing them down. We're like, nope. Oh yeah. I was like, nope.
And the whole house was pink and cute for girls' night. It was like,
yeah.
Maddie, and I remember being like, oh, I wonder if I could just like stay in my stream room that night so I can get home from Vegas and not be there a third night. And Haley's like, well, just a heads up. There's actually like a setup upstairs on the patio too, or whatever.
We
Could you
ended up
imagine Jack
doing 'cause
streaming
it was
during
so
that?
cold.
Oh,
And so she didn't say like, don't be here, but I was like,
You're not fucking welcome.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
I'm
show
just
up.
gonna extend my trip an extra night. So
Thank you very much. We do appreciate that.
Jody, would you attend another girls' night?
I want it to be like a monthly thing.
Oh wow,
But that's
okay.
a lot.
Well, that seems
Haley's like,
expensive.
No. I was like, the girls should just take turns, like hosting and doing.
Be
And
fun.
probably we will never be able to fill Haley's shoes. But like, I
doesn't
could order
know.
pizza and dessert, and we can hang
Go
out.
watch a movie.
And, we can hang out at my house.
Yeah. I thought a summer one would be kind of fun, like a pool party, but
It
So
was
what-
actually just the
throwing it
best.
out
So what did Maddie and Haley say about Matt and I?
Nothing.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's a lie.
We actually forgot that you.
She was coming down the basement, bringing me drinks.
Oh,
she brought us
please.
food. Oh yeah,
Oh.
she was checking in. She
didn't want you to bother her.
No,
that's why.
I'm so glad that you guys had so much fun because she did spend a lot of time on that. But it's not about Haley. That
She
was
did an amazing job.
Brooke's girls' night, and
Well-
you guys both crushed it. And
Yeah.
it's tough because it's like I talk about separation of church and state. Obviously, you and Haley are working so well together.
Oh my God, it's the best.
But she loves being in the background. She loves to help out, and I think you guys both collectively crushed that, and it means a lot to me personally that you show her love in this sort of medium. So
Oh yeah.
I was very proud of her. But yeah, what a great time. And it was cool too because a lot of people stuck around afterwards and hung out. And when we got back from the dinner that we went to, we got to kick it with like Hassan was there and Ludwig and Mizkif.
Yeah.
It was just great to see the house alive because normally it's either like my friends hanging out over there or Jack's friends, visiting from New Jersey. So, like, for you, who has forged so many friendships with people in LA,
Yeah.
like, people definitely need to come over more from, like, the
that's
industry.
What we were just saying. I mean,
Yeah.
you came over for the 4th of July. That was really fun. We just love being with friends and being around people. And especially, like, we've made so many friendships within this streaming world. I'm like, we got a house for hosting.
Yeah,
You know, we do.
Your
And
house
I'm
is
like,
beautiful.
I think as you're saying, like we did 4th of July, but then we just haven't done a ton of things like hosting wise.
Oh, yeah.
That we do need to get back on it. I just think that our house is also a group of just a lot of actually really hard workers.
Yeah,
Like,
oh, yeah.
everyone's schedules are so packed that
100%.
by the time the weekend comes around, I'm just like, I'd rather just be a blob
Oh, yeah.
and not do anything. And then knowing that if I do drink, I'm just shot the next day.
Yeah, the weekend.
Day
is
and a
done.
half.
Yeah.
I'm just chalked.
Yeah.
So, but we need to do more.
Yeah.
We'll get on
My
it.
friendships.
So, Jody, you have, obviously, you've had an incredible 2021. You got the holidays. You mentioned that you might be going home, trying to still make that decision.
I just bought my tickets.
Great. Okay, so you're going to go see some family, enjoy Washington.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's beautiful during this time of year. Do you have anything that you're looking forward to in 2022 that is something that your audience might not expect, or any bigger projects, or anything that just gets you like stoked? Okay. And that's okay.
I quite literally don't. I take this day by day. My calendar is so full that if I look in the future, I'm like,
Panic attack.
panic attack. So I really just I open my calendar, I look at one day, and then I'm like, okay, what do I have tomorrow? Okay, that's it.
You and I are very similar in that sense.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some great things coming in 2022, but I would not be able to pinpoint them and talk about them. I have no idea.
You know what I was really jealous of is when you received the care package from Valorant with all of the knives in that in the spike, and they were lit up. I saw your post. I'm not even kidding. And I messaged one of my friends over at Riot. I'm like, please, dear God, I'm on all these lists for everything else, and this is the only thing I want.
Oh.
But I'm very envious of you
I
for
don't mean
that.
to rub it in. It is really cool. It's really cool. It's very high quality, great. They're life size knives. I have one on my shelf on display.
She has an extra one. Just they sent her 2 of them.
You know what? It was funny because that for me was like stemmed a whole ton of thoughts. There's like a good the story of there's 2 very famous country clubs in Los Angeles, and one barred most Jewish people from going and being members. So the Jewish community in LA were like, fuck that, we're gonna go make our own country club. And now they're like 10 blocks away from each other, and they're both prestigious and amazing in their own right. And hopefully that's accurate. You might want to fact check that one, Alex, before we make that public. But when I saw that Valorant care package, I came directly back to our team. I'm like, ours needs to be better for all of our creators. So we got some cool stuff coming in the works.
Cool.
Yeah, they set the bar pretty high with that one. I'm like, no, we will not be one up by Riot. They have a lot more money than us, but fuck it, we'll figure it out.
Figure it out anyways.
We'll make sure you're on the seating list for that one.
Yeah, no, that one was nuts.
Yeah,
that was a cool
I mean,
one.
I didn't. When the package came, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was a bomb. So I didn't know that it was coming.
I mean, I guess the spike.
No,
technically,
you guys,
kind of.
technically, it's a bomb. So it comes in this, not like a box. It came in this plastic. I don't even I could fit in it. I could probably fit 2 of me in this giant plastic. I don't even know what to call. It was like a suitcase thing, and they're like, "You have a package downstairs for you." I'm like, okay. I go downstairs. It's like this mysterious black crate. I'm like, from who? Oh, unknown sender. I'm like, okay, no thank you. I'm running it upstairs. And I take a picture of it and I send it to my roommates. And I'm like, should I open this? Like, is this safe? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. And I'm like, okay.
Call the SWAT team.
I was like, okay. I'm like, who's gonna have my address? You know, other than it. Yeah, so I'm opening it, and it's like this. It does look like a bomb. Okay, so like I'm taking off the foam. And I'm like, oh my god, it's the spike. I was like, what?
Yeah.
It was not what I was expecting. Like
Yeah.
they didn't let us know that we were getting this, or at least I didn't know that I was getting this package. So it was a really nice surprise.
You just hear beeping, like the in-game
What?
timer.
My roommates were like, is that a bomb? I was like, I don't know. Maybe. Don't know.
Um,
I think it's
so
so sick.
very envious of the spike that you received from Valorant, and we talked a little bit about you and your calendar and living day to day for 2022. Besides, we're coming at the end of the year, and we did a year in review for 100 Thieves, and it was great to look back on all the moments that we had. Is there anything besides joining OfflineTV that you'll remember fondly about this year? You know, for me, that's like sometimes why I buy watches, or I'll buy a gift for Haley, or I'll buy a gift for myself. So whenever I look at that gift in the future, I'll always remember where I was when I bought that.
That's so brilliant.
Did you have any moment like that this year where you're like, man, I'm going to think back on this and remember those were the good old days?
Oh.
I love that. I wish that I did that. I think I'm gonna start doing that.
You
I
should.
Don't know, I don't know what I'll buy, but
Jewelry.
yeah.
Jewelry's great. You know,
because
it's
you'll wear it. You put it on. You look at it. You think about
100%.
it. Oh man. I actually think that this year has been a little hard on me mentally because, like I talked about earlier, it's so hard to balance, especially because I've been away from home. So I haven't seen my family in 2 years. So this year's actually been a lot of me just trying to appreciate the little things. And so the first thing that comes to my mind is like watching a sunset with my friends on our balcony. We like just had moved into this beautiful high-rise apartment in downtown. And then I think about like girls' night and overall just like I think I've deepened a lot of the friendships that I've made this year, and that is what makes me happy. But I don't really have any of those like monumental like things other than like I joined OfflineTV. I hit Immortal in Valorant, and that's like really
Seems like a good list to me. I think.
Yeah, I said this was pretty
I think
great.
you just answered the question.
Dang.
Hey, John,
guess,
if you're listening, you should go get a ruby pendant for
John. I
hitting
really like
Immortal.
the ring you got me.
There you go.
Oh, I was
There
just
you
like,
go.
oh,
Hashtag ad.
I think this was for our anniversary. Okay,
oh, that's
Whatever
sweet.
it was.
yeah, maybe it wasn't.
I,
Oh no.
You're like,
Oh.
yeah.
Maybe jewelry's not the thing. I'll buy hats or something.
it's different when you buy it too, though.
Oh,
you
Yeah.
that's
know?
funny.
Yeah.
I love that though. I actually think too, with you talking about it being a rough year in some regards, I love that you talk about that publicly. And I know a lot of people say, oh yeah, you should encourage others to talk about your feelings, your emotions, but I think it's really hard to be a woman in gaming. And I even did an interview about Brooke's feature in Refinery 29 about your impact that you've had at 100 Thieves and all of the trials and tribulations that you've had to go through just solely for being a woman in gaming, which is completely unfair. So I love that you chat about it a little bit, whether it's surface level or you get deeper on your own personal stream. From the looks of it, you do like just chatting for like 30, 60 minutes before your streams start. So I'm sure in all the ways when you first started that you had therapy in a sense of talking to your audience, you get that every single day in some capacity. And I'm sure that's pretty helpful.
It's helpful for me and it's helpful for my audience. Like I have so many people in my chat that are like, thank you so much for opening up because it makes me realize like the struggles that I am going through are completely normal and like you also are struggling with whatever it is that you are. And I always like advocate for RAD, which is Rise Above the Disorder, which is how I found my therapist, and they like do all the heavy lifting for you. And I don't know, I think my community has just given me a space that has allowed me to be vulnerable, and so I feel comfortable being vulnerable wherever I go, which is like priceless. I would never exchange it for anything.
Yeah, that's amazing. I always feel the same way too. If I don't get to stream for a while, and I don't very often, but once I get on and start talking about some of the things that have been spooling up about 100 Thieves that I don't get to tell a lot of people, it always feels really good.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you're just like a vocal outward supporter of that. And Brooke, you do quite a bit of just chatting as well before you jump into games.
Yeah,
I feel like
I love
it's always been your wheelhouse too. I always love your interaction with Mason too on stream. Has this year been? You've dealt with like a lot of tough bullshit.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
we talked about it
Yeah.
in the interview, and it feels like some of that stuff is winding down to a certain extent.
Yeah.
What do you think the moments for you this year have been that you're gonna look back on and really enjoy?
I mean, for me, another year in that house is just, another year that I'll look back and remember forever. Getting to live with my boyfriend and all of you guys is just amazing. Looking back on Haley, like signing with Haley in range is like done wonders for me. So
love that.
first magazine cover, we've done multiple magazines now. This girls' night was like one of my favorite things that I've ever done, and I love it. But just kind of turning from gaming and like becoming like my own brand. I think this year was my year to be like, oh, she's a streamer. Like, no, oh, that's Brooke. She does her own thing. You know, like I like makeup and beauty and lifestyle and
making it about all your passions.
Yeah.
Not just playing games. Yeah.
And that's something a lot of people have a hard time doing. And I'm obviously good friends with Kai, who's Haley's boss over at Range Media. And I love how they talk about you and how I've gotten to see your path and your trajectory change so much since joining 100 Thieves and living in LA and meeting new people, because there's so many individuals in the world of gaming and even the broader like digital creator space that really can't find a way to pivot from something that they enjoy doing at some point and maybe don't enjoy as much. And I'm not saying that's the case for you with gaming, but a lot of people have a tough time expanding their purview and their horizons of what's to come and how to break out of a shell that they've kind of like pigeonholed themselves in. So it takes a lot of courage though. And we talked about like that leap of faith of starting streaming and how difficult a decision that is, but to do things that aren't traditionally how people have, you know, found you in your community.
oh yeah.
It says a lot about like your willingness to take risk and how much you care about the future of your career and how much you care about your community. So I love that too.
I
lot of
love
great things.
Oh,
everything
God,
that I've
guys.
seen from you lately. Like, I love it.
Oh my god.
Outside of
It's
when
so
she
nice.
nearly burns our house down on the cooking stream.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I love that too.
Which is very frequent. Which is like honestly more common than it should be. But yeah.
What was the last one that happened?
the mac and cheese?
Oh, the mac
You
and
burnt
cheese.
mac
That
and
was
cheese?
so.
I don't even know how that's
lit
possible.
mac and cheese on fire?
Smoke.
Oh, that
I
one
mean,
was bad.
We opened the oven and the whole kitchen just was like smoke.
No,
I mean,
that one was bad.
well, because we didn't have milk, so what did we use?
I
What?
wasn't on
What
it.
did you
Yes,
use?
you were. Are you took
No.
over? You made the mac and cheese.
Oh.
I did not make the mac and cheese.
Oh, give
I
it
was
a
in my
break.
stream
can't
room when the
believe you
house
burnt the
nearly
mac and
burned down.
cheese.
No, I would.
Because
Piece of
remember,
shit.
because I just sprinkled on the top and you said no, and you stirred it up.
No,
in the
I
whole-
walked in and laughed because all you had was like the tortilla Mexican 4-cheese blend for mac and cheese. I'm like,
yeah, it wasn't melting. Really.
I'm like, this is not. Like people would, I'm pretty sure, like send you to jail if they found out you used.
Yeah.
We scraped
is
off
your
the
only
top.
cheese.
We scraped off the top and it was delicious.
I'm not going to lie to you.
I did join for that.
Yeah, it was good.
I don't cook ever. I think I can make mac and cheese without burning it. And
I
that's
also,
not a
Um,
slight towards you, but it is.
did you follow a recipe?
No, well, no.
They
well,
have it on
kind
the
of.
fucking box.
Okay, what was it?
Go- you
Box
could go
mac
buy
and
some
cheese. This was
Velveeta.
gourmet mac and cheese.
Gourmet.
It wasn't until you burnt the top.
This was
Gourmet.
gourmet
Velveeta's
mac
gourmet.
and cheese.
I
was
agree
me.
with that.
Velveeta
Honestly,
is
it's
pork
pretty
gourmet.
good, but I just
Sounds
I just like to, wherever it takes me. That's where I'll
Okay.
go.
Well,
The burnt stove.
Okay, here's my
That's not how
request.
that works.
Yeah.
Here's my request.
Yeah.
We should have another cooking stream soon where Maddie can make drinks. You come over.
Yes.
I'm in. Maddie
And-
makes drinks.
yeah.
I'm there.
She made all the drinks for the
I
party.
know.
Maddie
I
makes
was actually like
phenomenal
raving up to
cocktails.
her about.
So
I'm like,
good.
I was drunk before I knew it. And honestly,
They
And
sneak
Maddie
up on
texted
you.
me. Maddie actually texted me. She was like, "Jody said like twice how much she loves my drinks. I'm so happy."
No,
Oh,
she's
well,
like, I will rave
They're
about it till I
so
die.
good. Well,
Jody, you know what's crazy? I don't even think those were her best.
Really?
I
she does
Maddie
phenomenal
makes
ones.
some wild shit, and
She
it's
pops off.
it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I thought those were like
Whoa.
B tier out of the things
Oh
that
my
she's
God.
made.
She
does,
does like
like-
put pop rocks on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
I mean
was
that shit
so
was OD
nice. It was
crazy,
really
but I'm
so
saying
OD
crazy.
she makes amazing cocktails. You still haven't seen her
gosh.
best. You haven't
Yeah.
seen her in her final form. And I would be remiss if we didn't give a special shout out to today's sponsor, Truly. My favorite seltzers on the market. There's no doubt about it. I've been drinking Truly's this entire year, and when they're not in the fridge, I feel empty inside. Today's podcast is brought to you by Truly Hard Seltzers limited edition holiday mix pack. We're celebrating the holidays, and Truly is doing it better than anybody else. Picture this. You're at your grandpa's house. All 5 of your cousins are playing her out-of-tune piano. All 5 of your cousins are playing his out-of-tune piano. Your weird uncle won't stop talking politics at you. You need a drink, but grandpa's only got mulled wine and a bowl of room temperature eggnog. Garbage. It's trash.
Garbage.
I don't even know why people drink eggnog. It freaks me out. I don't really understand what it is. So drink some Trulies because we know what these flavors are. Enter the Truly limited edition mixed holiday pack with 4 festive flavors inspired by your favorite holiday cocktails like spiked apple spice, Cran Orange Sparkler, and Holiday Sangria-styled seltzer. It's the perfect way to kick up your festivities. With only 100 calories, 1 gram of sugar, and 5% alcohol, the limited edition Holiday Mix Pack has everything you love about Truly. Now pause this podcast, head to the store, and get yours, because once they're gone, they're gone. Best of luck. But when you're in the car on the way to get your Holiday Mix Pack, you could also pick the podcast back up on any streaming platform that has podcasts. So you keep the party going while you're on your way to get the party even more kicked up with the Holiday Truly Mix Pack. Enjoy. Happy holidays.
I have a question I'd like to ask people that have a lot of friends on this show. If all of Offline TV except for John was hanging off a cliff, which one would you save?
Ooh.
All of Offline TV except John.
Except John, because
John.
I didn't want to hear, well, I have to save my boyfriend.
Well, good thing. So I have to save my best friend.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, God.
There you go.
Oh, what a cop-out.
Yeah. Easy.
I should have expected that, too.
Yeah. You should have said besides.
You guys
John
really
and
are
All right,
bad.
she's safe too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
I pulled her off, and
Yeah.
now there's all right.
Now your one arm broke, and now you're just leaning down here with one more.
You
All right,
saying
let
that
me
Sid
think about this.
weighed that much that she...
No,
bro?
what the?
Oh my
no,
God.
that's not what I'm
All
saying.
of
I
TV.
don't know.
I would say.
I think Toast is gonna be smart enough to give himself up. He's just gonna do some weird math and just whatever. Michael's gonna have some gadget.
He's fallen.
He's up.
Okay, he's up.
Michael can save
Okay.
himself.
Scara's like a dragon VTuber. He'll fly away.
Somehow you're going to justify every person.
Yeah.
Lily seems pretty helpless. I'm grabbing Lily.
Hey, that's tough love right there.
Oh,
That's tough love.
Just kidding, Lily. It was a joke.
Lily
You're
at
such
the,
a strong, independent woman.
Lily at that Bellport shoot was so damn funny. She was hysterical. I never really got the chance to hang out with her too much. But I remember something happened. She was like, I'll snap your legs, like for my vlog, just out of nowhere. Like, I was like,
I
that is
love her.
funny as shit.
Lily is like her sense of humor is amazing.
I could tell it was dark, especially because
Oh,
Yeah.
you
so
guys,
dark.
you guys were all complaining about your heels that for that video
I
shoot.
walked in downtown without shoes on after that.
Oh my-
Because I couldn't make it.
Oh, you got
from-
COVID 20. You have
I
to.
could
Next
not make it
level.
from the shoot to the trailer changing room, whatever.
Oh
yeah.
God.
I literally was like, I can't walk.
Our next guest is Suburban,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Cool.
so I'm sure we're gonna talk about that music video. But that was a crazy night.
Yeah.
Wow, this has been an awesome episode. I think we're winding down here. But Jody, thank you so much for joining us.
Wait, I have one more question.
Oh, go.
For anyone that might know you well through your streams, I'm sure they know everything about you at this point. But for someone like me that didn't know a ton and now understands you a little bit better, what do you like to do outside of gaming and streaming? Like, what are your hobbies and passions? You know, it's like we talk about Brooke with makeup and all these things.
Yeah.
Not saying that you got to make content around it, but like, what the hell do you do when you're not streaming?
I have a second YouTube channel that's all
She does.
lifestyle related.
Oh,
So
great.
I'm like with Brooke. Like I love makeup, love all that stuff. Love hair, love fashion. Really want to explore that a little bit more. Love reading. Brooke and I have a lot of
We
common.
literally like we have
Yeah.
the same.
So
we
like
talk
I mean, I
about
was
yeah.
just reading out, waiting for this podcast to happen. Like I've read my whole life. I love reading. I have a passion for skincare. I've always like struggled with skin. That was why I wanted to go to medical school. I wanted to be a dermatologist.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so that was like also why I wanted to incorporate that into my lifestyle channel to like help people with their skin. And yeah, but I read a lot. I like
love
read a
books.
You
lot.
guys
Do you go
should
to
start.
music festivals or anything like
I
that?
do go to music festivals, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm real sick and tired of them. I'm like such a
many
homebody,
people.
and there's
Mhm.
too many people in there for like 3 days.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't go to this for 3. I don't know
No
how people
thanks.
do this. I will literally go there for one day, and then I end up sitting on the grass for the last 2.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, I think I'm wasting too much money going, and I love it because I get to experience going with friends, but I don't think they're for me.
Yeah.
Okay. All
But
right.
I like going out.
Very concise answer. That was great.
Yeah.
J&B's book club. Once every
Dude,
2 weeks, you guys do a book.
Oh, that
I
sucks.
would
Make it
love- Once every 2
BJ's
weeks.
book club.
BJ's. But he
Isn't
switched
that-
it so it wasn't
that's-
BJ's.
Well, yeah, I tried.
know,
Oh, it's
a
the
good
name of
thought.
a restaurant.
And
Yeah,
out here.
yeah, it is.
And
They got
It is.
Pazookies. You guys never had a Pazookie?
No. What is
what?
that?
Is that a
Sounds-
pizza cookie?
Yeah.
Pe-
And they put it.
He's like, oh.
It's a
I'm
cookie.
just
What?
overweight,
That
so
made-
anything food, I have like
Okay.
it's like I have a honing radar.
Yeah, it's a cookie that's made in a pizza pan. They put vanilla ice cream on top, and then it's warm and gushy and nice.
My mom makes a chocolate chip pie that you should try once. It's
Ooh.
just like a really big chocolate chip cookie. It's unbelievable.
My
That
mom.
sounds really good.
Yeah.
It's delicious. Okay, so when you guys start the book club, we'll take 50%,
Yeah.
51% of the revenue.
we
just
spent
for controlling.
No, no,
Oh
no,
wait,
no,
whoa,
no,
whoa,
no.
whoa, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa.
Nah, we
Listen.
want
Do I need to talk to Haley?
Yeah, we want a humble 5%.
Talk to
You can talk to Haley. Okay. Take it to Haley.
Listen, you
I'm
guys
good.
keep all the revenue. 100 Thieves doing just fine. We appreciate it.
I'm not though. So.
Jack is like, I was gonna actually
You just
pocket
keep
that for
going down.
myself.
So I'm back on Fortnite now. Well, Jody, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
This was so much fun. I can't wait for more
Yeah, thank
friendship
you.
here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I
Yes.
would like to come over.
Come over.
Um,
Whenever.
And
Come over.
Please keep coaching Brooke up from iron. If you can.
Lord,
I'm gold.
I know. Up from iron though.
I am up for my iron. You're right.
I think
I would love to play.
I started iron.
2022, you hit diamond at some point.
Yeah.
You will. 100%.
Chills.
You would hit.
Just
You'll hit
thinking about
diamond.
it.
I bet $20,000.
I solo queued to gold, which is actually
That's fucking impossible.
that's impressive.
Good for you.
It's
Yeah.
impressive because
It
it's all
is.
Smurfs. So
Oh, yeah.
like,
And they're all
Especially if Phoenix and Sage is your champ.
Yeah.
pool. I think
Yeah.
it
the
is
solo
first.
queue community in Valorant. They're literally like it's just a cesspool of hate. Horrible. They're all
terrifying.
communists. They're
I
pieces
cry
of
every
shit.
night.
That's why I stopped
I
playing
cry
League of
every
Legends.
night.
You think
I
Valorant's bad?
compare
Just wait for me.
Valorant solo queue play and the people that do it to the level of which I view our subreddit. Beneath me in so many ways.
Wow.
wow.
I mean,
All right.
I don't even solo keep Valorant, so I'm kind of I'm there.
Well,
Shit's toxic.
that's why I've
Good for
uninstalled
me.
League of Legends 38 times because of the solo queue community.
Yeah, we do sometimes find some good groups in solo queue.
Yeah.
Some people that are just there genuinely to like give comms, be nice.
One out of every what? 25?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's pretty rare, yeah.
It's
Very rare.
I would much rather play like craps than play solo blind
I've
queue or
started
whatever.
I've started literally
Yeah, so would I.
No, I know,
Sounds
but
awesome.
like the odds, I would say.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I've started adding people who are nice to me in Valorant.
smart.
Like
Key.
even not like, oh Brooke, add me. No, it's just like they're nice.
Yeah.
And I played with them like the other day. I was like, yeah, let's play more. I'm like, this is great. People are nice.
Yeah.
Look, you're making more
That's actually
friends.
how I
making
found
friends.
one of my teammates for Twitch Rivals. They were like a
Just-
That's
random,
sick.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we just like were 4 queued. He was the solo queue, and
Aw.
we liked him. He was really nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Then he ended up being in Twitch Rivals with us. So I
Hell
feel
yeah.
like
How'd
if
you guys do?
can,
We played.
I was
No, I'm
like,
kidding.
yeah, it happened.
well, I'm proud of I remember doing. Honestly, I was just so fucking. Twitch Rivals was stressful. That was a really. We were
Oh,
like
those
scrimming.
tourneys
It's they're
We
the
were
longest
scrimming.
tourneys.
No, those tourneys get
They were
intense.
so honestly, I think we did well. I don't know. I had a good time. So that's.
Well, I think we need to find Jody a doctor.
Yeah,
The memory.
Could I get a PA? Could
Yeah.
somebody help me out? I don't.
We got some memory
Organize my
problems
life,
over here.
please.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Big shout out to QuarterJade for taking time out of her busy schedule to come kick it with us on the CouRage and Nadeshot Show. The same to Brooke. This was one of my favorite podcasts that we've done recently. The conversation just flowed the whole time. So go check out QuarterJade if you haven't already. Hopefully you guys will see her at the house more often, and we'll make some drinks
Yep.
and enjoy ourselves living here in LA. Y'all take it easy. Appreciate you watching. Big shout out to Cash App and YouTube. We'll see you fudging later.
Bye.
Bye bye.